Every major AI lab on this planet right now is in a full sprint towards AGI. OpenAI, Google DeepMind, Anthropic, Meta, billions of dollars, thousands of the smartest people alive, all racing toward the same finish line. Nobody can tell you where the finish line actually is. Not precisely, not formally. Ask 10 different AI researchers what AGI means, and you will get 10 different answers. Some say it's when AI can do any intellectual task a human can do. Some say it's when AI can learn anything from scratch. Some say it's when AI become autonomous enough to run itself. Some say we are already there. Some say we are decades away. 10 people, 10 answers. Zero consensus. And that should genuinely concern you. Think about what that actually means for a second. The entire global AI industry worth trillions of dollars is optimizing towards a target that nobody has formally defined. Every benchmark, every evaluation, every safety test, every capability claim, all of it is built on top of a foundation that does not exist. It's like every country in the world decided to raise the same destination, but nobody wrote down the address. How do you know when you have actually arrived if you don't know what arriving looks like? And this is not a small philosophical footnote. This is a core technical problem. When you cannot define something precisely, you cannot measure it. When you cannot measure it, you cannot compare different approaches to building it. When you cannot compare approaches, you have no way of knowing which path is actually closer to the goal. So right now, every AI lab is essentially working in the dark, building systems, claiming progress, announcing breakthroughs, but with no shared language to actually verify any of it against. One lab says their system is more capable. Another lab disagrees, and there is no rigorous framework to settle down the argument. Not really. Now, here's where it really gets scary. These systems are getting more powerful, extremely fast. The capabilities being demonstrated today would have seemed impossible 5 years ago. The pace is not slowing down. If anything, it's accelerating. And the closer we get to something that might actually be AGI, the more dangerous this definition gap becomes. Because if you don't know what AGI is, you also don't know when you have accidentally built it. You don't know what the warning sign looks like. You don't know what the safety thresholds are. You don't know what you are actually releasing into the world when you hit the deploy button. The most consequential technology in the human history, and there's no agreed definition of what this is. Some people will say, okay, but does the definition really matter? Can't we just build and figure it out as we go? And the honest answer is that works fine when the stakes are low. It does not work when you're building something that could fundamentally change what intelligence means on this planet. You need the definition before the thing exists, not after. A doctor does not define what health means after the patient is already in surgery. A pilot does not define what safe landing means while the plane is already on the runway. The definition has to come first. That's basic engineering discipline. And look, this is not about slowing things down. Nobody's saying stop building. It's about the fact that the field is moving at extraordinary speed without the foundational language to properly describe what it's doing. Every architecture being built right now, every training run, every capability evaluation, all of it is happening without a shared formal framework for what intelligence actually is and how different systems compare against each other. The gap is real, it's significant, and the more capable the system becomes, the more the gap starts to matter. So here's a question worth sitting with. If nobody can formally define AGI, what exactly are we building toward? And more importantly, how will anyone know when we have actually got there? In my opinion, that's a more important open problem in AI right now, and it does not get nearly enough attention.